Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
And it's Queen Bee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Ben's here.
Can't prove shit.
There it is.
Ben needs a...
No, I don't.
There you go.
Present.
It will happen. You will receive a nickname.
Honestly, I feel like we should just have like a vote on it, like for
like
listeners. We also, since we're on the topic of listener voting, though, we actually do want to name the pigeon. So if you guys can come up with,
if you guys have seen the pigeon on kind of like our artwork and stuff, he's a little guy.
Yep,
He has a brave pigeon.
It's a very brave pigeon.
He's a war pigeon.
Indeed.
He's a warrior.
I'm voting Rufus.
Okay, good start.
Rufus the pigeon.
Rufus the pigeon.
Good start. I've
Just
always liked.
reminds me of Kim Possible,
All right.
the naked mole rat.
Yep. No, I was there with you. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to say that out loud, but
It got me on that one.
well, the naked mole rat part, I'm like, yeah, that's just.
That's what I think of when I hear Rufus.
Fair enough. I've always been a big fan of human names on animals.
Another thing about it, that's fucking Amazon Prime's little assistant, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it
Rufus?
is. Yeah, if you go on Prime and you swipe up, that thing is called Rufus.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, because I swipe it up by an accident, probably 3 times.
I really like human names for animals, but only if they're super basic names.
Yeah, me too.
Like Steve.
Yeah, Steve's a solid one.
Yep.
For sure. Like if it's a bulldog, his name's
Yeah.
Steve. It's perfect.
Forget about it.
Get out of town.
Robert.
It's good stuff. It really is.
I'd
Good
like
stuff.
to see a Rottweiler named Bartholomew.
Well, I feel like
something.
that's like reserved for like what are those dogs with the things around their necks, like the snow dogs that save people's lives.
Oh, St. Bernard's?
Saint Bernards. Yeah, I feel like that would be a Saint Bernard name.
You know, I know I'm getting older when I want to revisit Beethoven and just learn what the hell was that veterinarian's problem. He willingly got into this line of work, and you have a problem with the dogs.
I don't remember the plot of Beethoven. I
Yeah.
know I've seen
Yeah,
it. But
he was
I don't
like-
remember anything
He was
about
like
it.
the Judge Doom of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but in veterinarian form, and just wanted to
Okay.
destroy animals.
I feel like they always portrayed doctors like that in like early 90s and late 80s movies. Like doctors were always like this old, like
Yeah.
evil kind of fucking
because, like,
characters.
Yeah, we didn't realize how little they tried on villains.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, though, I feel like it kind of makes sense, though, because when you're a kid, going to the doctor is like the worst, most scariest thing.
Yeah, just
That's why
old,
they give you candy after you leave.
old
Yeah,
man.
'cause that doesn't teach a bad lesson.
All over you. Yeah.
Touching
I don't
you
know.
with
I'm
your
scared to
face,
get in that van. Here's candy.
sticking you with needles.
I want none of that.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, anyways, welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. If you're new to our podcast, we do some history, a little bit of music here and there, and whatever topics you all send to us to cover. If you are a returning listener, thanks for coming back. We appreciate it. Of course, we appreciate the support you all have been giving us throughout the almost 3 years we've been around now. It's been a journey. But anyway, so yeah, we appreciate y'all sticking around with us, giving us the love, giving us shares. Keep doing that though, because we want to keep growing and what have you. Hope you're having a good day though. Drink some water. Butt's looking nice. And as per usual, we get your forehead kisses.
You guys are gross.
We were in sync for a minute there.
Yeah, that was
Pretty good.
That was something.
we synced up and then we
Diverged.
Nice.
please.
DJ needs to be reminded that this is an audio format.
We're fixing that too, though. We actually
We'll
just
work on
got
it.
some.
That's true. We have plans.
Yeah, we do have plans. We've been talking about the plans for years, but
Yeah,
we actually
people are gonna be like bullshit.
right. But money has been put into this now, though. We actually have money in the game now. We've invested in some new lighting, and we're gonna change the room that we record a little bit too. So yeah, we actually are doing this. So it's happening.
Yeah.
Finally happening. But all we did say after I bought a house, like we're going to do it after I actually had a dedicated space for the podcast that doesn't need to be moved.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, just having a set area.
Right, for a set, if you will. Well, that's just so happened to be the attic of my house,
Yep.
pretty much.
The freezing cold attic.
I'm actually warm.
I'm so cold.
Oh my God.
All the hot air is coming up here.
Right, for the free.
I don't feel it.
I mean, my heat's probably turned off right now. It's like not that cold today.
It's like
it got colder.
it did. It
I've been
50,
outside and-
Yeah,
it was 50 earlier, but then it dropped back down, and now it's like 20.
Oh, yeah, I've been outside at all today.
Not 20.
It's 20.
It's, wind,
It's
windy.
not 20.
Oh, sure.
Listen,
It's like 30 something, but
Yeah,
with the wind,
37.
You know,
hey,
yeah.
I'll look this up.
Well, with the wind chill, you know, well, as
Yeah.
Midwesterners say, it wouldn't be so bad without the wind.
Yeah.
without the real feel.
Without the real feel. Fucking hell, man.
Okay. Technically, it's 34 degrees, but it says feels like 25.
We're not in the wind.
Still cold. I'm cold.
Fair enough.
Quit trying to invalidate my experience.
Are you trying to convince her she's not cold?
No, I'm trying to convince her that it's not cold.
I see.
Okay, we're just gonna move past this. We're just gonna go ahead past this part here. Anyways, that's what we're talking about. Well, for the topic of today, I mean, we're going to be covering some Black History topics later on this month. While we still have it, at least. Anyway, it's not going down that route. Anywho, so
But this is our Valentine's Day episode.
but this is our Valentine's Day episode. I think you well, B and Deej had some stories to share today. So what's
Oh yeah, this isn't even like got anything to do with Valentine's, but this
Oh.
was just like the weirdest day I ever had at the gym.
Oh, are you talking about
Ever.
yesterday?
Yeah.
So I feel like we were set up.
yeah, I thought you were going to tell a story about like a funny Valentine's Day thing. that happened.
All I said was I had a funny story.
No,
You
this is-
motherfuckers filled in the blanks with the rest of that shit.
This is
You're
good.
right.
This is funny.
You stare in blank.
I spoke words, goddammit. You heard me.
All right, so what's up?
So I was at the gym, and I'm usually there like for like a couple hours, 3 hours, something like that, depending
Yeah.
how I feel. And I'll work out. I'll probably take a shit an hour into it because
Okay,
like,
sure.
my pre-workout goes through.
Goes right through you, dude.
All right.
Yeah, dude. So I go to use the bathroom, and they only have one private bathroom upstairs in the public bathroom. And I'm like, sweet, it's never open. There's someone always in there. I'm gonna take a badass shit in that bathroom, and that's exactly what I did. And I clogged the toilet.
Again?
And you're talking, this building is like brand new, bro. Like these are the nice jet toilets that like just disseminate, like whatever the fuck it's in there, it's just whoop, just
Yep.
gone. Not my shit though.
Dude, you've done this before.
Dude, like-
this has happened before.
And it's like, it's not even that I use a lot of toilet paper or anything, but I just shit a lot.
Like this could be a medical condition.
It is.
Oh,
I have medical
He
conditions.
does
Yeah,
have
for
medical
sure.
condition.
Okay.
He has a medical condition.
I feel
He's
like-
shitting too much.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We definitely have. We've talked about a lot of
shit.
poop.
Yeah.
And this is
we've-
DJ's. I
we've
can't wait
talked-
to get to Brandy.
We've talked about a lot of poop before we started recording.
This is
Like,
only the first poop story of my gym day.
well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because I was like, we've definitely talked about the time that you've have we ever talked about it on air? Like when
I don't
you
know if it was
broke
on
the toilet at
Oh, we've talked about that several times.
at
Yeah, I've told that story several times. on
okay,
episodes.
cool.
Yeah.
Making sure that the people have known
Yeah.
why I'm so animated about
So
this.
this is toilet number 2.
Okay.
And I'm talking, this building was finished being made in November.
Sure.
Like I said, everything's fucking brand new.
Not anymore, it's not.
Not anymore.
I clogged the toilet, right? And I'm
Take
like, I'm fucking panicking because this bathroom, it's so busy in this building that there's always somebody waiting outside of that
Oh, yeah.
bathroom.
Clogged toilet.
And
is
I'm
just-
like, there's no fucking way.
I can feel the heat.
Yeah, there's no way I'm walking out of here so someone else could literally walk into my shit. Like, there's no fucking way. And I'm like, I'm not leaving this bathroom till I figure it out. So, and I'm like, it's an automatic toilet, so I'm like hitting it.
Okay,
I'm like
yeah.
jumping in front of it. I'm like fucking
Trying
doing
to
what
get it
I'm
to-
throwing shit at it. I'm like, whatever I could fucking, and it just won't flush, dude. So I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone.
I imagine you like hiding in a corner and then like
Trying to scare her. So I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to flush it, and it fucking worked. But once it started flushing, it never stopped. It just kept
Hey,
like,
dude, whatever. That's enough.
So-
and I was like, I'm out. So get the fuck out of here.
So it wasn't
You know?
clogged. It wasn't sensing you.
oh no, it
no,
wasn't
it
flushing.
clogged, but he wanted
Yeah.
it to like flush again to try to clear the clog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once it did that, it kept flushing, and I was like, not my
know what?
fucking problem
Nope,
anymore.
not anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't try flushing
Yeah.
again until I plunged.
I go, and
If
they didn't
there's
have,
not-
they didn't have a plunger or
Well,
anything in
that
there.
was what I was gonna say. If there's not a plunger, I just leave.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
I'm
out.
fucked, dude.
I'm out.
So then, like,
I don't know why they don't.
Before I finish my workout, I usually take another shit if I have to before I go in the sauna.
You do be
I'm
shitting.
I ain't gonna go all mud butt in the fucking sauna.
I get it.
All sweaty and having to shit. That's the last thing you want to do.
Sounds like a bad time.
So I go to the regular public bathroom because I've had too much. I actually go back to the private one to check the toilet, and it was still flushing. Like you could still hear it. Like
he just been through too much. He goes to the other bathroom.
so I go to the other fucking toilet.
This is my Vietnam.
I go to the other toilet. That's the public one. It has two stalls in there and urinals, whatever. And I take another pretty decent shit. Flushes, no problem. No fucking toilet paper.
Dude, that's day one shit right there.
Dude.
That is day one. You always check for toilet paper.
I just got done with the first dramatic incident, and then I pumped for fucking an hour and a half, and I came back. All the blood in my brain is in the rest of my body. It's not there.
That is
It's
a
everywhere.
basic human reaction. You look for toilet paper first.
Yeah, dude. So I had to like crab walk out of one stall to like the one next to it, dude. Yeah, I had to like fucking,
Oh man.
thank God it wasn't leg day. Because that would have been rough. And then it's not over. I go to the fucking sauna. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to do like 30 minutes in the sauna and just like melt all this shit away. I'm in the sauna for like 15 minutes at this point.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, a bunch of YMCA employees come into the sauna with like not a paramedic. He's like the paramedic that's there.
Okay.
And they come up to me. They go, "Sir, are you okay?" And like I have a towel over my head, and I'm just like sitting there, and I look up, and I go, "Yeah." They're like, "Can you come with me?" I was like, "No." What's going on? Like
DJ doesn't know that he shit in the sauna.
Yeah, and that's hilarious because that didn't even.
a report of a bathroom incident.
There's a mad shitter in this building.
Oh God, the man pooper.
We just went.
It was a run by shitting.
So the fucking when I said no, the lady was like, "We got a call that somebody is in the sauna bleeding." And I take the towel off my head, and I'm like, "Ma'am, these are tattoos." Because I quite literally have.
DJ has like a red rose tattooed on the top of his head.
Yeah, like I quite literally have like my face and everything tattooed. So somebody in there thought I was fucking dying and bleeding.
The dim light and sweat on top of the red.
Instead of just fucking checking on me, they left.
Instead of being like, "Hey man, are you okay?"
Yeah, they left me to die
Right.
in the fucking sauna.
They're like, "Hey, you guys might want to check on
Oh,
this
there's
guy.
a dude.
I'm pretty sure he's dead."
Some fucking homeless dude in the fucking sauna.
And simultaneously made it a way bigger issue.
Yeah. Dude,
Maybe they were a shitter too, and they were just trying to get attention.
They were following
away
me
from the mess that they made, and they used you as a conspiracy.
Maybe they went into the first toilet after I left, and they had to deal with my fucking. My fucking, the
And then they ran
aftermath.
into you later in the they saw you crab walking through the
I'm just thinking of South Park. Crab people.
Oh my
I was about Zoidberg.
Oh God! In the sauna.
This makes so much sense now.
And they were like, "This guy is not okay."
He's shitting. He's losing blood. He's clogged 2 toilets.
This dude's been here for 3 hours. that all does check out that up. I have
Your
fucking
Honor,
tears in my
there we
eyes.
go.
Jesus
Your
Christ.
Honor, there's not an orifice on him that works.
Yep.
Throw the book at him.
I'm like, I can honestly explain all of this legitimately.
I don't think you can.
I was like,
God
can you
damn.
come with us?
I can
No.
explain. They're like putting his hands behind his back.
The fucking YMCA police comes in and tries to strong arm me. Fuck you. You're gonna have to drag my sweaty ass out of this fucking sauna.
Butt ass naked.
I'm just thinking of the other guys. You're Dirty Mike and the boys.
Oh
Oh
god.
God.
Thanks for the shit shack.
I'm thinking of
We will do it again.
it will happen again. I'm thinking of that movie where Tom Hardy plays that bald dude with the mustache.
Bronson?
Yeah, he plays Charles Bronson, and it's a scene where they're trying to get him out of the prison cell, and he covers himself in oil, butt naked. They just they can't fucking get a hold of him.
Oh man. Oh God. It makes the situation definitely worse as I've been doing like a detox for the past like 2-3 days,
Yeah.
and I've just been blowing it up. I've been testing the plumbing in my house
Yeah,
to its limits. And all this talk made me have to go again, so we have to hurry this up.
Need a good stress test every once in a
It
while.
was just so funny because I saw DJ like right after all this happened. And
Yeah, she was the first person I told because I was like, I gotta tell somebody this.
He gets out of the car and he's like, man, I just had the weirdest day.
All right, normally you would have called me. Now I know why you didn't call me because you saw Brandy and that.
Well, I wanted to go to Goodwill, so I texted her and I was like,
Yeah.
let's fucking meet at Goodwill. And that's why I was like, I gotta unload this shit.
Literally.
Somebody. And we're walking around Goodwill and I was like, I shit in this toilet, I shit in that toilet, there's fucking blood over here. They thought I was dead.
And I was just dying the whole time.
I'm just imagining DJ getting into Brandy's car and just go, 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 go. And there's just a thing of toilet paper waving in the wind.
It's on my feet.
We're being chased by the YMCA police.
Dressed as a village people.
Yeah,
That's what I imagined.
Naturally.
Very
Obviously.
strong, burly gay men just chasing me.
Excuse me, sir, can you
One's dressed like an Indian.
Yeah.
One's dressed like a construction worker.
Oh my god, it's my nightmare.
The only one not doing anything is the cop.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, that was my Sunday morning yesterday. That was
Okay. All right. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
I got
that was
tears in my
great.
eyes.
That was perfect.
That's good stuff. I do have to poop now though, so we need to hurry this up.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
So make this happen here. All right, B, you want to tell your story, or we gonna hold
Honestly,
on?
my story's nowhere near as funny as that.
Yeah,
So.
so I'd
Okay,
say
fair enough.
best-
We'll hold
best
on
of
to it
luck.
then.
All right.
Well, we don't want you following that then.
No, I can't
God.
follow that. I can't follow
I'm sure
that.
your story is also humorous, but yeah, that's like coming up after a great comedian. You can't really do it.
Yeah, I'll tell mine next time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Shout
enough.
out to pre-workout for that one.
Because I know what you've been through,
Yeah, dude.
and it's rough, man.
And when you shit on pre-workout, it's loud in the most annoying way.
I think I read that on a fortune cookie once.
It's like movie like shit you would hear like when they're trying to make noises in a movie.
Battles.
In a
Yeah.
comedy movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Battleships from Harold and Kumar.
In White Chicks when he's in the.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
And
Yeah,
I think we've actually had that before.
yeah.
Battle shits. I feel like we've done this, but we still
absolutely
worked out
done that.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the true side of friendship.
Once this is gonna out of context. This is gonna be really weird.
Please do tell.
But once in a while, when I know my friends can hear me at like a restaurant or something that we're at, and the bathroom's close enough, I like to scream at the urinal just to see what the crowd does.
God.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Hilarious for who?
Me, I'm the only one I'm trying to entertain.
That's fair,
man.
actually.
I'm living for me.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, you just go in a public bathroom, let a real quick scream out, and then yeah, see the looks on people's faces.
No, not doing that.
That's why they call you Ben the Piss Screamer. You haven't
That
heard
is
that?
a
That's your
really-
nickname.
What?
It's like a band name.
Yeah, it is. That's
The Piss Screamers. Ben and
Like-
the Piss Screamers.
Yeah, that's a
Benefit,
crust
like that
punk
is a
band
straight
for
up
sure.
like fucking like grunge-core
Yeah.
band right there.
That's
Like
crust punk right there.
thank you, crust punk
For sure.
Like grunge-core, crust punk,
Yeah.
right in the same vein.
You said
Yeah.
crush or crust?
Crust.
That's disgusting.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. Fucking
really is.
fucking YouTube it. You'll
No.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's worse than you think it is.
Pass.
I guarantee.
Pass.
It will open your eyes.
I will. I will
So you
use a
close them.
I will use a bathroom after you before I YouTube that.
Yeah, it's
I'm actually kind of curious now.
it will open your eyes and you will close them just as swiftly. Not good. Anyways,
Yeah,
what's going on today, dude?
Speaking of crust, we're going to
Okay.
talk about.
That's a segue. That's a fucking segue.
I feel like
right
the
there.
crust comes later, but
We'll
continue.
get there.
We brought this character up in our live video episode that you guys probably didn't hear that well because the audio quality was a little in and out.
Yeah,
We did an
unfortunately.
episode about the not so great escapes that have happened over history. The one that I had chose was a gentleman named Giacomo Giacomo Casanova. That's
There
what it
you
is.
go.
I always say Giacomo.
I've heard Giacomo.
Giacomo was the one I kept hearing.
Giacomo.
But I talked about his escape, and I kind of briefly talked about a little bit of his story because it was so fucking crazy. But I was like, we can't do it on this episode. He's got to be his own thing. And what a perfect way to do it than on Valentine's Day.
Indeed.
Indeed. So Giacomo Casanova, if you think of Casanova, is the original Casanova. That's where we get the term from. He himself would call himself a lover, but you would also consider him a womanizer, a gambler, a con artist, a swindler,
a toker.
Yep.
Wait, what is it? Joker? Midnight toker?
Midnight toker. Yeah.
Midnight toker.
Gets loving on the run.
He was born in Venice in 1725 on April 2nd. Both of his parents were actors, so kind of set the stage a little bit here. Venice, around this time in the early 1700s, was like the party city, you know, and to be an actor was like kind of the place to be. Like if you were an actor, you partied, you know.
No.
And most actors were synonymous with being whores.
Not much has changed in 300 years.
Yeah. So both of his parents were really dedicated actors, not so good parents. They had 6 children, which his mother had a lot of different dudes as fathers. Oh, that was
I heard that.
It's usually a lot quieter.
his parents'
It was
name.
my neck, I swear.
Yeah.
His parents' name are the most Italian fucking things I've ever heard in my life. His father, allegedly, is Gaetano Giuseppe Casanova.
That's what I got.
And that his mother was Zaretta Ferrucci.
I have Zanetta.
Zanetta, yeah, you are correct. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I could be wrong.
And basically his mom liked to bang rich dudes because they were in the theater a lot. You know, a lot of people of money and quote unquote culture like to go to the theater. And his mom liked to be with rich dudes and live the lavish life, you know, party with the rich dudes, get the money, all that good stuff.
She banged the sad clown.
The sad clown was paid.
Yep.
She cheered him up.
Yeah. Casanova kind of grew up in this. He basically grew up grew up in this party scene as a fucking kid. He was already kind of a kid of poor health. At 8 years old, he was experiencing a lot of severe nosebleeds, which they think would have been to the poor air in Venice at the time.
Sure.
So his grandmother, which would watch him when his parents were out traveling and acting, took him to see this local witch.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Jeez, dude.
That wasn't actually him sneezing. That was him saying, "She's a witch."
As soon as I said witch, he was experiencing these nosebleeds. So instead of his grandmother just taking him to a doctor, she's like, "I know this lady. She'll fix you right the fuck up." Which the witch did not. The witch did some kind of spell on him, put some kind of liquid on his nose. Doesn't fix his nosebleeds, but it does spark his interest in dark magic.
Did he become a real boy?
I mean, if you look at the dude's nose,
you know,
it's
Could he
striking.
tell a lie?
She just gave him a little bit of cocaine, and she's like, "I bet you feel better now, don't
do
you?"
it a little
Like,
more easy, little shit.
you have ghosts in your blood. Here's some cocaine.
Yeah.
She just wiped a Kleenex on the back of a frog. You're cured.
So this didn't do anything for the kid, but like I said, it got him into interest in dark magic at a very young age, which will come into play later in the story here. At the age of 9, his mother's husband at the time dies of a brain tumor. So him and 3 of his bastard brothers, because all of 6 of his brothers are like from different fucking fathers, decide to move him, or they become his actual guardians, and they move him into a boarding school. This boarding school in Venice, as you can imagine, fucking sucked. Super poor conditions. It's not the best place to be. So this is where he befriends or his parents pay this priest to basically tutor Casanova, Abbe Gaze. He becomes Casanova's tutor, and Casanova basically convinces this guy to let him live in the priest's house. Now, Casanova, until he got to boarding school, was pretty fucking dumb. He was a mute. He didn't talk a lot. But once he got to school, he became very smart, very well-read, very fast. He actually, at the age of 12, went to university, graduated by the age of 17 with a law degree, or he was on his way to graduate with a law degree. So the priest saw him. He was like, this kid's smart as fuck. I trust him. I'm going to let this kid live with me. And this kind of starts Casanova's sexual adventure, because this is where his first sexual encounter comes into play. Where
With a priest?
Well,
His second. First consensual.
So, and according to his autobiography, which I should mention, his autobiography is roughly 3,000 pages, which...
What?
Yeah, it's about 3,000 pages that he wrote about himself.
Holy.
It's fucking insane. About a quarter to a third of that is about the women that he fucked. That's about 1,000 pages of him writing.
Maybe he was just like, he was fucking so many bitches. He was like, I gotta start writing these down, or I'm gonna forget. And then,
yeah, I think we're gonna learn over time that he had like fucked his name over so much. I think his autobiography was like his one last chance to like
save his reputation.
It's not who I am,
It
man.
wasn't an autobiography. It started as his little black book and then just grew into an autobiography.
So yeah, he's studying to become a priest at this point. The priest takes him in, and he writes in his autobiography that the priest's sister was fondling him, and this was kind of a frequent thing that happened. And he was only 11 years old at this time when it first happened. You know,
That explains a lot.
so that's where he claims his first sexual like passion came from. He was like, "This is kind of tight. I could do this shit right here." And Casanova, the type of person he was, we're going to find out over time, is he never really put his all into anything. You know, like even when he became a priest, he said the words, he went to the school, but he didn't do anything priest-like. He didn't live by the words by any fucking means.
No.
What?
He did.
No.
He did put his all into a few things.
Yeah. The only thing he really did learn at school and going to university was that he loved to gamble and that he loved to hang around fucking rich people. So that was his thing. He would gamble. He would find wealthy people, wealthy students, befriend them, gamble, lose his money. And he's still like a virgin at this point. He's only had experiences like fondling, you know.
He's only been molested
He's only been
as
molested
a
at this point.
child.
But Casanova's a good-looking dude. He's very charismatic. He knows how to talk to people, so people are just naturally drawn to him. And he was very good at convincing wealthy people to, if anything, just give him money.
This sounds like the defense attorney for the chick that was groping him. just really good looking, very drawn.
He was so charming.
So the first rich person we're going to talk about that he convinces to give him money is a gentleman named Elise Gasparo, who was a senator at the time.
He sounds like a freaking Disney villain.
Yeah, a lot of weird fucking
Sounds
names.
like Gaston. Or
Thank
whatever
you.
that
That's
guy
what I was going for.
Yeah, it's A-L-I-S.
It's Gaston,
Alice
Gaston,
or Elise. I don't know what that would be. So this guy is a senator at the time. He befriends this senator, and the senator introduces him basically to the high life. You know, aristocrat type shit, parties, women.
Miller High Life.
Yeah, gambling. Until Casanova ends up sleeping with a woman that the senator was also trying to sleep with. So he kicked him the fuck out of his place.
That's about right.
Because that's where he was living at the time. Somewhere along the way, I should have wrote this down. He claims he loses his virginity to
Two sisters.
Two sisters. Yeah. Which is amazing. Really is amazing. But he has so many fucking stories of like women he slept with. That was one of them I didn't get into. I do have a couple really fucking crazy ones.
But this is all like according to him.
Yeah,
also.
it's all according to him because he claimed to have slept with like 120 some odd women, something like that, and 1,000 pages. He goes into a lot of detail.
Imagine him on a first date, and the girl's like, "What's your body count?" He's like, "A few."
You know,
a couple centuries.
What's yours? You go first.
I don't know what I don't know what Italian is for Sacre Bleu, but whatever that is.
now he had a lot of like weird fucking odd jobs, and we talked about this last time. Like at some point, he picked up the violin simply for the fact that musicians at the time were at events. They like to party.
Yeah.
Same fucking
It's like
thing.
the douchebag with the guitar in college.
Yeah, exactly.
Girls are into musicians.
There's always that one douchebag with a guitar under a tree.
And you got to
Playing
imagine.
Wonderwall.
And I'll hit him
Obviously.
every time. And I'll hit him with an apple every time.
Yeah. Like he got out of law school and he was doing clerical work, and he was like, I can't get fucking pussy doing this shit, you know? So he was doing all types of weird stuff. One of them also being witch and enlisting into the military simply because he thought the outfits were nice and it was going to be a chance for him to travel.
Why else would
That's
you
how they
join
get
the
you.
military?
Yeah. And he quickly
A
over
really quick marriage and a really high interest rate on a Hellcat.
And quickly after joining the military, he abandoned his post and runs back to Venice. He was like, "This shit sucks. I'm
Italians, man, they change their mind like that.
getting the fuck out of here."
if world wars have not been proof enough of this.
Fuck this, I'm out.
You guys are at war. Who's winning? Let me see the numbers.
They're not fighting, but they're taking the odds.
Let me guess. So at this point, when he leaves the military, he decides, I think I'm good at gambling. I'm going to be a professional gambler. And that doesn't work out for him.
Is this where he starts the lottery?
No,
or is
not
that
yet.
later? Oh,
No,
okay.
not yet. Yeah, this was just something he liked because gambling was like a lot of adrenaline, something like that, and he really sucked at gambling.
Yeah.
So he didn't really make.
All our favorite famous people were all gamblers. Big time. Big time.
Yeah, and the thing is like he claimed to have traveled like over 40,000 miles by carriage and foot, all over Europe, fucking just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that broke as fuck. He didn't make his money by gambling. He made his money by befriending rich people.
Yeah, swindling.
Yeah, swindling.
Yeah, swindling.
And he was really like just literally convincing people to give him money.
Like who's that girl who was like pretending to be like a rich socialite on a something Anna
The
something?
old lady?
Kardashians?
No. She,
Oh, I'm sorry. One of them took it in the back for it.
no, what? Well, you're not wrong. No, she was broke as fuck, and she basically just like pretended to be rich, and she made friends with all of these rich like socialite trust fund kids, and was like, oh yeah, like my dad owns like a bunch of, I don't know, whatever companies. And she's like, can you lend me like $4,000 and I'll just have my dad wire me the money and I'll pay you right back. And then like she never would. But she did that to like so many people. Mm-hmm. And she like had tons of people convinced that she was like this heiress. It was nuts.
I don't remember this at all.
It's a Nigerian prince scam in person.
Yeah, she went to
pretty good.
prison for it.
Oh, nice.
This was like a recent thing. She went to prison for it. And now there was like a Netflix documentary about her. And
No shit.
all that. She was on Dancing with the Stars. And
Holy shit.
she had a ankle monitor on.
Oh, I saw. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, this is really recent,
and she
actually.
like bedazzled it.
Yeah, this was super recent.
I remember
Yeah.
saying something stupid about that.
Yeah, I do.
I had no context to it.
Yeah, I had no idea who she was because I
Yeah.
remember hearing about that. I'm like, I saw like memes about it. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
that's the thing that's happening.
She just like conned a ton of people out of like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so after gambling doesn't work for him, violinist doesn't work for him. He's not doing so well. He decides to go to Paris. He's like, I heard they like to gamble over there, so that's where I'm gonna go.
Did you get the senator that he worked for though?
Yes, I don't have his name, but I know what happened and how. he
Okay,
was
yeah,
able to-
Senator Matteo
Matteo,
Bragadin.
Mhm, yeah, Matteo
And
Bragadin.
oh no, I'm sorry. There was a senator first. There's
a few. There's quite a few.
Yeah, Senator Malapero. Yeah, a Venetian nobleman. However, his affair with one of Malapero's mistresses got him dismissed. So everybody's banging everybody.
Oh yes, yeah. This
This is 1742 to 1755.
I'm not sure
time frame.
because there was a lot of senators in a lot of different countries that he did this with. This particular senator had a stroke, like basically.
That's Bragadin. I read.
Okay.
I read ahead.
Okay.
I wanted. I was bringing up the. I meant to bring up the first one, but then Bragadin is the one that had the stroke, and where everybody thought Casanova had the powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is where the dark magic kind of comes back.
The
into play.
occult.
Yeah, the occult. Because he befriended this senator while they were in the midst of a bunch of people. I don't know if it was a party or something like that. The senator has a stroke, and everybody's like, the doctors can't help him. Casanova says, hey, take a fucking step back. I know what to do right here. And then he probably fucking like slapped him a few times.
I think he didn't allow them to bleed him or something. I think.
Oh, that make sense. I don't know. I didn't
I think I'm going off memory because I didn't write it down.
All I read was that he gave a bunch of people orders to do a bunch of dumb things that like didn't matter, and then the guy having the stroke came out of it.
Yeah,
he's like, all right, I'm gonna need a 4-foot long fish.
Because it had to have died on Tuesday, though.
I need a 4-pound fish. I need 8 pounds of wax. I need you to go to the latrine and give me 2 scoops of poop out of there.
I need your wife.
Get down, go down to the brothel. You're gonna meet a girl named Ginger. Get her over here.
She's amazing. I've never seen her.
She does the thing with the stuff and the tongue.
No, she's not. She's not for the guy. She's for me, but that's for later.
It'll be on your bill. But no, and I only say that about the bleeding because most of the time during this time frame, when there's notable medical rescues, it's from people preventing the doctor from doing what they were known to do, and then.
Yeah, we talked about with Rasputin with the aspirin.
Yep.
The hemophilia.
Yeah, that was my first thought actually.
Yeah.
Same. I go right to oversimplified with it every time.
Yeah, it's also one of our very first episodes on this podcast when we covered
it's a really good episode too.
Rasputin. The amount of times we talk about that man's dick is a lot.
Whole lot.
Go back and listen to it if you haven't.
That is a really good. That's a classic episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that was like I wasn't on yet when you guys did that one, but I was listening to all of them, and I remember when that one came on, I was like laughing so fucking hard. I was dying laughing, and I'm like, this podcast is going to be actually really good.
We're going places.
There's nobody to tame near Aaron.
The unhinged edition of, especially I think we were still drinking on the podcast too.
Oh yeah, we were drinking whiskey.
We were still drinking whiskey while recording this shit.
Yeah.
God, man.
I still think we need to do a drunk history kind of episode.
If I didn't cut back on drinking so much,
DJ can moderate.
That's fair. Well, I mean, DJ and Ben because
it's gonna be up to us, man.
They're just gonna be the drunk ones.
I got news for you. Brandy's staying here. I'm not taking her back.
I got a couch. It's fine.
Have you ever even seen me drunk? I feel like you don't know how I am when I'm drunk.
I've seen you drunk.
When?
It's been a while.
Over the past decade.
It's been a minute. Last time I remember you being drunk was actually at the lake house.
Yeah.
Like it's been that long.
Yeah.
Since you've turned.
I don't drink much anymore. I've drank a lot this month, but
I've seen you all drunk. Yeah.
Maybe once in the past 10 years.
I'm delightful when I'm drunk. Okay?
I didn't say you weren't.
Okay, yeah, maybe once or twice in the past 10 or 15 years that you know me.
I know what stage you're at when I have to go, Aaron, one more time, you're talking too fast.
Hey, man. And I'm still not that bad yet. There is worse stages than that.
No, I know.
I just leave after that. I know what happens afterwards. It's nothing good. Anyways, moving on.
Off of our autobiographies.
Okay, so the senator has a stroke. Casanova wakes him up somehow. He just goes in his ear. He goes, if you don't fucking wake up, I'm gonna fuck every single woman in this fucking building. I'm gonna fuck your daughters. Whatever. He wakes up out of the fucking stroke.
Are you under the impression a stroke is a nap?
No. So real quick, funny story. My dad had a stroke 2 years ago.
And that's how you woke him up?
No, this is exactly.
He probably called him a cocksucker.
I came home and I woke up my dad because I brought home food, and I wake him up, and as I'm waking him up, he starts having a stroke.
Oh my God.
His whole right side. I watched the right side of his face drop, and I was like, holy shit.
Christ, man.
And I called 911, took him to the hospital, and they were like, yeah, he was about to have a stroke. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I just got home.
You
it was
saved his life.
Yeah, and I usually don't wake him up at night but I just brought home food. So I woke him up that night, and he wakes up and looks at me, and then his face sags, and I was like, oh fuck. Holy shit. We gotta go. Fuck.
I'm surprised you call him a cocksucker first.
You dirty bitch.
Fix your face.
Stop having a stroke right now. Stop that.
You stop that shit.
You're doing this for
I
attention.
start fucking hitting him. I'm like, stop it.
I really thought that's where the story was going to go. Like, I'm not going to lie. That's where I thought this whole thing was about to go to.
No,
I thought somebody was gonna like see the bill for like the ambulance ride and just like snap out of it.
at that moment,
Honestly,
I
though.
became the man my father should have been my whole life. God
Yeah.
damn.
My lord! Is it Festivus? Because I think we're Eric Grievances.
That's when I light a cigarette. I just watch him. I'm like, that's it, old man.
It's time.
My God.
Okay, so the senator thinks that Casanova legitimately saves his life and befriends him, and he's like, you don't got to worry about shit anymore. So Casanova's like, fucking sweet, I got another cash cow. Where he moves in and then gets kicked out and has to flee because he, quote unquote, has some non-consensual relations with some of the women there.
Oh,
Shit.
oh
Wait,
that's
so-
not cool.
So that's what he said, according to himself?
I didn't get that part.
Casanova. So a lot of the women he slept with were probably underage.
Yeah, likely.
More than likely, fucking
So
underage.
He was like, oh, yeah, no, they loved it. We were having a great time. But then they came out and they were like, they're minors. You got to get out of here.
I brought Legos.
Jeez.
Yeah. One story is really crazy because I'm not really even sure on the timeline of his story, but he is claimed to father his own granddaughter.
Oh, God.
Correct.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I say correct saying that. Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I think
Yeah.
that's in his autobiography. Now that I think about it.
yes, he does talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it
he said
because
it.
he finds out, and then he finds out the daughter that he sleeps with, is his daughter, and then he goes back and sleeps with the mother. Like I briefly mentioned it when we.
I thought it was something about. I mean, we'll touch on it later, I guess. I forget if I wrote it down or not. I really didn't want to. But it was something about
I don't want that in
something
my
not
search history.
working with the husband, and the husband and him came to an agreement, and then he went in and boinked her.
There's a lot of women. So
Family style,
this
like
could
knowing.
This
knowing.
could be one of many stories. So let's see.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. So we don't even got to get into the
I'm
details
uncomfy.
of that one.
Right.
Venice, Alabama.
There's a lot of rivers and a lot of banjos.
But
Where's the museum? Back the way you came.
The loot is just an Italian banjo.
oh my god,
Like, yeah, where's the statue that I'm looking for? Back the way you came, boy. Like, oh no.
It works so well with everything.
Oh no.
Is that a gondola?
Oh jeez. Is that a gondola or you just happen to see me? All right.
oh my god.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Is that a cannoli in your pocket?
Okay. Where am I at here? Okay. At this point of the story, he meets probably the only woman that fucks him up. Her name is Henriette.
Hell yeah.
She was a French woman. She would have been considered an aristocrat. She came from a wealthy family. She introduced him to a lot of more swindlers, kind of like himself. But she knew who Casanova was. She knew he wasn't the man to marry. She wasn't going to have kids with him. She knew he was a swindler. Because Casanova was known to make women fall in love with him, and then he would use them.
Are we still in Venice?
Let's see, because he went to Paris and then had to flee and go to Venice.
He does a lot of fleeing.
Yeah, so he goes to Paris where the senator is.
Well, he got locked up in Venice and then had to go to Paris because he.
That's later in the story.
Okay. I'm sorry.
He goes back and forth.
That's why I'm getting. See, I don't.
so many times.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I see. I don't have this middle section.
You just keep getting ahead of everything.
Yeah, this is all before the age of 30 for him.
Okay.
He has so much fucking shit because he keeps fucking up.
So his whole life, he's just going between Paris and Venice.
He would find somebody rich. He would fuck somebody that would be their mother, sister, daughter, somebody they wanted to fuck, and then he would have to flee, and he would go to the next place and do the exact same thing. and it was like consistent. There's a point where he actually gets like legally like exalted. I don't know what the word is, from Venice. And it takes him like a whole 18 fucking years till his record is expunged, so he can comes back.
Ruining his life.
That's the escape. If I'm remembering my research correctly.
Yeah, because when he comes back, he's like
doesn't come back.
He's like beloved. Years. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, that's the fucking guy who escaped the Leads. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, he goes back and forth a bunch of times. So
I'm sorry, I didn't know that he was just going back and forth between the two cities all this time.
He goes all over the place. So he was in France where he meets a senator, has a stroke, has non-consensual sex, gets kicked out, but he meets Henriette in France. And she basically uses him, abuses him like how he uses women, and she's like, fuck off. So he heads back to Venice. And he kind of mopes around for a while because he's a sad as fuck, you know?
He's like, how's that?
I wonder what 18th...
They're not supposed to do that to me.
I wonder what 18th century Venetian emo music it was like.
Oh my God.
Bring the loop back. Tune it to drop D.
We need to figure that out. I need to hear fucking 18th century Hot Mulligan.
I bet there's an AI program that can make it for us.
Oh my God.
The Chinese one this time.
We need somebody to do that on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely 18th century My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Can you do...
Give me a 21st century breakup song, but in the form of green sleeves.
Okay, so after moping around Venice for a while, he eventually saves up enough money to travel Europe because that's like what he wants to do. He was like,
because he hasn't done it already.
He's like, I can't stay here long because I'm gonna fuck up, and I can only gamble so long before somebody wants to fucking kill me. So that's what he does, and he ends up in France again, where he joins the Freemasons. And this is fucking perfect for him, because what better place to find dark magic and rich people?
And a network.
In a network, yeah, in the Freemasons.
Multinational network.
Yeah, so he excelled really fast at this, becoming a master mason, which got him into the upper class of France once again. And he did this for 2 years.
Just imagine like being like in like one of those like hoity-toity parties, and you just see him walk in like, this fucking guy's back. Who keeps inviting him?
He's like, hey, man.
We all have that person though.
Everybody like
they're significantly less interesting.
Everybody like grabs their dates and like puts them behind their back. Like, we gotta go.
Yeah, it reminds me of several people that I know actually.
Yeah,
yes, it's
where
bad.
my mood changes the second I see that they walked into the room.
So yeah, god damn it.
Yeah, well, time to go. My credit score's dropping as we speak.
He walks in, he's like, hide your bitches.
What's up, fuckers? He is that guy that's laughing in the laugh track.
Oh
That's
my god! They should have waited a couple years and made a fucking Casanova movie with Stifler.
Oh my god! Dude.
Yeah, he's Stifler for sure.
Am I right or am I right?
I mean, that's.
I feel like he's cooler than Stifler.
He's a little.
He's
smoother.
he's more like charming than Stifler.
He's the ultimate fuckboy.
Some of this, no.
Like ultimate.
There's a couple irredeemable facts.
Well, no, he's not.
The underage
he's not
part.
like a
the daughter part.
He's a bad guy, but he like can charm more than Stifler can. I feel.
I would feel safer in a room with Stifler.
Well, yeah, exactly. But.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay,
I feel like Stifler doesn't have as much game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because all in all, like, this guy was a womanizer, but he wasn't like beating the fuck out of women and like leaving them high and dry. He was like kind of known to like
womanize.
I don't know how to say it, but like leave them better off than what he found them.
So good luck, Chuck.
He would find them rich men. Like he would like some of these women he would meet. He would introduce them to other rich men and be like, I ain't the one for you, but
it's would spend like 7 hours in a hot tub together. She would be in a great mood, and he's like, "Hey, have you met my buddy?"
It's that stupid Dane Cook movie where he bangs them and they marry somebody.
Pretty much
that Good Luck Chuck movie.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I just imagine like it's like that, but with a lot of disease.
Oh, so much.
So many diseases.
So much syphilis.
So much syphilis.
Now,
sound like an auditorium in there.
This man did contract a lot of venereal diseases.
He
I
had
can
to.
imagine.
He
I
was
can
the
imagine.
disease.
Yeah, we will get in. We'll actually get into the first one here pretty soon.
That's nice.
So he's in Paris. He's there for 2 years, right? He's hooked up once again. Doesn't last long because the same shit happens. He gambles and fucks his way out of the city, where he then decides to flee and meet up with his mother and 3 of his estranged brothers in Dresden, which he doesn't like too much.
Okay.
You know, he was like, "This is fucking boring. Like, I can't get jiggy with this shit." You
Nothing
know?
good happens in Dresden.
Not back then, maybe.
So at this point, he heads back to Venice. He's traveled to Europe a little bit. He went to go see his family. He's like, "This isn't for me. I'm going back to Venice because I know they fuck over there." And this is where he gets arrested.
His mom is like, my baby, I haven't seen you in so long. He's like, God, you're boring as shit. I gotta get out of here.
Not now, Mom. I got shit to do. All right, I gotta
Find the sluts.
Hey, you got $5 I can borrow though before I head out real quick.
Right. There's something I'm trying to figure out.
He brought 18 years worth of laundry with him.
Oh, jeez. That seems like shit he would do, though. Yeah.
All the powdered wigs and everything from all the years and whatnot.
Oh, just infested with crabs.
Oh,
my God.
God.
Head crabs. The worst kind.
So he heads back to Venice, and like the city of Venice knows this fucking guy, and they're tired of his shit.
They're singing about him on their gondolas.
Yeah. They're like, we gotta arrest this guy. We gotta charge him with something. We have to do something. So they actually hire a spy to follow him around to get charges, and he gets charged with an affront to religion and common decency.
An affront to religion.
Yeah, blasphemy.
Yeah.
No trial.
No trial. So,
No
and
trial.
They just needed to, they were like, we need to fucking put this dude in a hole. And then he gets sentenced 5 years. And this was at the Leads, which we talked about before. It was called the Leads because it had a lead roof. It was supposed to be infamous for not escaping, but he does. And I will briefly go over the escape story.
I'm imagining Quagmire this entire time now, just so you know.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Or giggity in Italian.
Great. Thank you.
Giggino!
Gigati.
Hey, gagoo.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, gagoots.
Hey, gagoo. Gabagoo. So he gets arrested, right? And this is actually where he contracts his first venereal disease.
He hasn't had one until now.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
He probably had a lot.
Probably
But he
come
just
through for
didn't
UTIs.
know
True.
yet.
But this is where he gets gonorrhea.
Friggin'
Like, this
petri,
was the first real bad flare up.
Yeah,
petri dish in
a-
his pants.
He actually sleeps with a fellow inmate's wife. And that's how he contracts his first disease. And you got to imagine. So the reason
Do I have to?
this was why. This was the reason he didn't contract a lot of diseases before that, because a lot of the women he slept with were virgins.
So he gave them the diseases.
Well, that's what he didn't catch that many in the beginning because most women were virgins, so he wasn't catching it. You know, and then he did along the way.
I mean, I guess that math checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the story,
That's how he was fucking so many girls, because they were like, they didn't know any better.
no, yeah, absolutely.
They're
I
like,
got a yacht.
yeah.
Got a yacht, a beach house.
So
Shit doesn't change, man. There's nothing new under the sun.
No.
These people still exist.
So the prison escape, we'll go over kind of quick because we did mention it in an episode before. He basically makes a tool out of an iron bar that he finds that he can use
Yeah.
to dig.
Fashioned a spike.
Yeah, he's digging, basically Shawshank Redemption style. The day before he's going to use the hole to crawl out, he gets moved cells. And he's like, you fucking cocksucker. You fucking spit.
And he was in there with a priest.
Yeah, there was a monk that he befriended that was in the cell directly above him.
Oh. It just fell out.
What happened?
One of my gray hairs fell out.
Oh.
So I'm just messing with it.
So he befriends the monk that's in the cell above him. He gives the monk the tool, convinces the monk to dig below him because the monk has a cell with a window. So he's like, get that fucking spike, you dig down here, we get the fuck out of here. They escape through the window. The window doesn't take them outside. It takes them into what would be the ballroom of this prison that they're in, where they get caught by a guard. And they convince the guard that they
They fuck the guard.
You let us go, or I'm going to fuck you.
he fucked the monk, and then he fucked the guard. And then, yeah.
I think I made that same joke the last time.
I think you might
We
have.
did. He fucked every because he did fuck men too. So I should mention this
We
story.
fucking fight.
I should mention one of his really crazy love affairs was with he begins falling in love with a young 15-year-old boy. And he befriends the boy's family to get closer with it. And he writes in his autobiography
like this.
that he would look into the boy's eyes and he would feel fiery love. So he gets close to the boy and convinces the boy that like
The child.
I'm trying to fuck you down with this, and the kid's like, and then he finally convinces the kid to do it, but the kid's like, I'm only going to do it if you travel with me because their family was wealthy and they were going to like vacation somewhere. He was like, I'll only do it if you come travel with me to do this. He's like, cool. The night before he goes to hook up with the kid, the kid's like, psych, you fucking piece of shit. I don't want no part of you.
Creep.
Yeah.
You absolute creep. I'm a child.
But,
Right.
you know, Casanova has almost convinced himself at this point that I'm not fully convinced this is the boy. And in the midst of that night that he went to go hook up with the boy before they left, the boy runs away and he sees the boy's fucking balls. And he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were going somewhere else.
But then he still does try to hook up with the boy after that.
because
This dude's just again. It's like
He's
this
a big-
quagmire.
He's
It's
the biggest fuckboy.
Because
in existence.
during
such a
this,
horrible person.
during this in my research, I didn't write it down because I didn't think it was actually important, but or how it pertained to him. But I guess there were singers in this era called I think it was called castratas. Anybody familiar?
I'm getting there, but you're gonna have to give me more details.
So these were young boys that would sing
Yep,
and whatnot,
yep.
and they would cut their
They would-
balls off.
So their
Keep their
voice
voices high.
was
Yep.
high.
And there were young girls or even just women who would disguise themselves as boys. Obviously, the voice difference and whatnot, and so they would
yeah.
just disguise themselves as castrated males.
Yeah, there was another
The
story
past is fucking weird.
where he goes to sleep with someone and he discovers the boy is a girl and he's like, sweet.
But
But he was a fuckboy anyway. He did like either or, you know what I mean?
Wild.
it's a horrible person.
So he escapes the prison, flees Venice, heads back to Paris, where he then starts the first state lottery.
Oh, okay.
He loves to gamble. He already knows a bunch of rich people. He is very smart.
Well, he's a polymath as well.
I don't know what you just said to me right now.
I don't know why you said it with such disdain.
He's
A polymath.
He's a lie detector.
Yeah, no, that's polygraph.
Oh my god!
What does it mean?
I want to go downstairs. This
He's
is
a-
ridiculous.
He's a Pokemon with the.
When you guys are done, just like hit the record. Just hold the record button in so it saves it. I'm going to be downstairs watching TV.
You're like, I'm gonna go take a shit.
What's funny is I wasn't making a joke. I don't know the best way to define it, but these were the mathematical minds of the day.
Oh,
And they were polymaths.
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And-
Yeah, well, with his old for Freemason stuff, he had a lot of connections, you know. And him starting the first state lottery, of course, made him rich again, and also gave him kind of like this cloak over him, just like get out of jail free card whenever I fuck up.
Which
And he
is a
couldn't-
lot for this guy.
Yeah, and he couldn't help but fuck it up still.
Who did
Yeah,
we
of course.
who did we talk about last time? Who was the last episode?
I don't remember, dude.
They were a polymath too.
It's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Weren't we talking? Wait.
That's really funny. We can't remember what our last episode was. We've been recording a lot,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give everybody in here a pass on that. We talked about the Oregon episode. Was our last
Oh,
one.
never mind. It was before that. Anyway.
Rosetta Stone was the one before that.
Yeah.
The Rosetta Stone one, that would make sense.
Oh, yeah. Young was a polymath, I
Yes.
believe. Yeah.
So even though he started the state lottery and he was well connected, he still managed to fuck it up. Basically by getting into gambling debts and sleeping with people's
Everybody.
wives. Yeah, everybody. Mothers, brothers, uncles, sisters, cousins, doesn't matter. He's
Their
fucking
pets,
everybody.
Probably
Just
at this point.
family reunion is just filled with syphilis and clap.
And he gets arrested for like 4 days for a gambling debt, right? And basically his cash cow at that time, which was another senator, you fill in the blank because there's plenty of those, had a falling out with King Louis XV at the time. So he had to get the fuck.
If it had been one more, he would have been saved.
Yeah.
So this is
that's
where he
true.
starts moving around really, really fucking crazy, and life kind of starts catching up to him. He flees to Germany.
Again?
Well, this is one of his first times going to Germany here.
Well, he said his mom was in Dresden, right?
Oh, Dresden, that's right. I did. Yeah, that's right. So he goes back to Germany. He runs out of money again.
Of course he does.
He heads to Switzerland, where he decides he's going to try to be a monk. But classic Casanova, I will speak the words, but I will do none of the actions. So he said the monk things, but then he started fucking again and doing the exact same shit that he always does.
He's like, I heard chicks are really into monks. I should
So,
try that.
It's the robes.
So during his Prussia and Germany stint, because that's 1765 to 1766, yes,
Yeah.
he actually met Frederick the Great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then before that, he met Catherine the Great in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, he did because he was so well connected
Yeah.
and he was good. He met so many great historical figures like in his travels, just by happenstance.
Yeah,
I think.
I
you know.
I jotted those down. I just thought they were interesting.
Yep. So doesn't work as a monk. He returns to Paris, where he has a calf cow under the name of Maris Dufay that he
And a
convinced.
Dufresne.
That's all drink of water.
Sorry, dude.
This lady was older, and he had convinced her that with his dark magic, he could turn her into a young woman again. Where he failed, and she cut him off.
He's got a funhouse mirror.
I swear to God, you look fucking 23. Nobody kidding. Right, Tony? Tell me.
Tell her.
You look great.
Tell
He looks
her.
fucking great. He don't know what the fuck.
No,
he's
you
talking
can't trust those mirrors. You got to trust this one.
So after that cash cow runs out, he goes to London, where he tries to start basically another lottery over there. Doesn't work out for him. So he ends up basically his scam at that time was he would put his apartment up for rent in a paper, where anytime a woman would come to check out said apartment, he would seduce them and sleep with them. And guys, girls, whatever. And this was also a way for him to get money. He was meeting people and, more opportunities for him to swindle people, which his book does say is all consensual at this point.
Oh, gee, I sure hope so.
Yeah,
This guy, I'm looking at like paintings of him. He looks nothing like Heath Ledger.
Nobody looks like Heath Ledger.
That's true.
That's the takeaway.
I don't see it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you got to imagine he's old. He's suffered several venereal diseases. He's kind of beat up at this point.
He's a bald ass tire.
Yeah, you could only get fucking syphilis and gonorrhea so many times, before the shit starts not looking right,
Before your teeth start falling out.
Yeah, I mean, because there wasn't any antibiotics back then, right? So
No, yeah,
No.
there
Yeah,
was,
like,
there was
it's not-
none of that.
Germ theory doesn't start until like the next century.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot what year we were in.
Yeah, they're inoculating, but they don't know necessarily what they're doing. But yeah, germ theory doesn't start until the next century.
Oh, just put some leeches on this thing. That's
No.
terrifying.
Wasn't like Catherine the Great, wasn't she like she kind of like started the whole like inoculation thing? Like it was already a thing, but she like spread it among the people. She was like, all right, start injecting yourself with smallpox or whatever.
I think that's why she
possibly.
got the great part of her
Yeah.
name. I think that's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
she was called that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I think you're right.
smallpox was the big one that they would inoculate. It's disgusting if you look into how it
yeah,
was
it was
done.
like
actually
they would
have.
take
Oh, that's
They
gross.
would take pus.
Yeah, they basically
infected
opened
people.
it
Yep.
Yeah.
and
And then shoved it into
yeah,
you.
then
put it
just, like-
on a stick.
And then shoved it into you.
Yeah,
Grabbed a turkey baster.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've definitely. The worst part about that, I saw that on accident while eating. Actually, that was a good time for me.
if you watch
So sorry.
if you watch
Yeah,
that
right.
if you watch that John Adams miniseries on HBO, they do it on there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, from years back, Paul Giamatti is John. It's really good.
Oh, sure, I believe it.
It's really good miniseries.
All right, H, what you got?
So at this point, he's old, he's beat up, and he's just kind of traveling around. And he finally gets word that his record is expunged from Venice 18 years later. And he wants to head back to Venice. He's like, fuck finally. God damn it, dude. Like, it sucks out here.
I'm ready to hit the home team.
It's like the guy, like, at your, like, local bar, like the guy who never left town. Like, he leaves town and then he comes back, you know?
And he's been banned from the local bar for so long, and then it changes owners, and he's like, "What's up?"
We know a couple of them.
Yeah.
For real, like, it's driving me nuts right now.
We're not saying any names.
But if you guys are listening to this, you know who we're talking about.
You know who? Plural.
If you know us, you know who we're talking about. Like,
Plural who we're talking
so
about.
many of those pieces of shit.
Oh, man.
Now, this is where it all starts heading downhill for Casanova because all of the scams, all of that stuff is caught up to him.
Wasn't the venereal diseases.
It probably what made him go back to Venice, where he's like, I can't keep fucking traveling doing this shit. I got fucking tree stumps growing on my balls here. I don't know what the fuck is going
Yeah, it
on.
looks ugly, but it's still going. We're gonna keep pushing forward.
He gets a boner, and he's like, "Oh, god damn it!"
A girl tries to seduce. He's like, no, please don't, please God.
He goes to a strip club, just screams.
Every time. So when he returns to Venice,
It's a faint breeze across the pants.
very chafed. He gets back to Venice, and it's just not the same party city he was used to, you know. And he also finds out his mother has passed away. He also finds out the very first woman I talked about, which was Abby Ghazi's sister, that he got fondled with. He stayed in contact with her his whole life. They became like best friends, dear friends. He would always check on her when he returned to Venice. He finds out Ghazi is sick, goes to visit her, and she actually ends up dying in his arms. So his mom dies, his best friend dies.
His predator.
Got
Yeah, his abuser.
I guess I really don't know what to make of any of this right now.
Stockholm
But
syndrome, like
And
a
his
motherfucker
mom
right there.
dying, he was like, "She was supposed to do my laundry."
So he is a wart-infested, bitter old man at this
Oh,
point, where he ends up going to the Czech Republic to try to find another cash cow. And they fucking hate him there.
I can imagine that.
They don't even really know about him.
I wonder why.
Yeah. And they're like, who's this fucking dude that's trying to fuck all of our wives?
Yeah.
Like, who's this old guy? Look at him.
And it doesn't work out for him. He actually makes it to the age of 73, believe it or not.
Wow.
Until he finally passes away, where he was supposed to be buried in Venice, but reportedly at some point his grave gets moved and they don't know where he's buried now.
You know, we've had a lot of those stories recently, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
probably like just dug him up and burned him because they were afraid of what would leach into the soil.
there was
I know
no
a few
grave.
of those too. We know a few of those
There
too.
was no grave.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. Yeah, Giacomo, whatever you want to call him, Casanova, the original Casanova, if you guys didn't know, was kind of a piece of shit.
Yep.
Indubitably.
The more you know.
Yeah.
And that was our Valentine's Day episode.
So,
Happy Valentine's Day.
yeah,
Make sure you wrap it up.
Use a condom.
use soap and make good choices.
Yeah, make sure you get tested.
Walk
meant to
away
look
from
that
that
up.
fuck boy.
Make sure that they are of age.
I meant to look that
Make
up.
sure they're not related.
That's the other, all of these are good lessons, actually.
Because we only touched on how it ends with the daughter.
There's so many crazy stories. Like condoms were around back then. They weren't the best.
Weren't they like sheep intestines or something?
It was some nasty shit.
Rabbit skin in a bungee cord.
Yeah.
They just like dip
Some
their
rubber
dicks in
bands.
wax.
Yeah.
God, I can imagine the backfire on that bad
Oh
boy.
my god. That would suck so bad.
That would be the doing it part, and then like the dipping apart, horrible.
Yeah.
But imagine the backfire that happens.
Yeah, dude.
When it's time for you to complete,
Oh, geez.
Expunge.
just right back inside of you.
Oh my god.
I just shotgunned myself.
But either way you want to look at it, you could be like,
I feel like this is a Patreon episode.
It should have been.
we should have gave a warning at the beginning. We're going to talk about a lot of weird sex.
Yeah, maybe put a warning in the caption like sexually explicit
if
material.
there are any minors under.
Don't let your kids.
Well,
listen
see,
to
the
this.
thing is, our episodes are always pasted as explicit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Like
we're
our
good.
episodes are automatically as explicit.
So it's
Yeah.
going to lull them in a false sense of security.
Guys, you know what? My grandpa asks me all the time about our podcast. He's like,
we have some episodes that are okay.
yes, you guys
Yeah, we
do.
got some.
He's like, it's about history. He loves history. He's like, I want to listen to it. I'm like, Grandpa, you can't. No.
But what if he loves it?
I
What if
mean,
it's like his
oh, God.
favorite thing?
He would never. I am telling you that for a fact.
I mean, like we have some episodes that are like, you know, not this history.
yeah.
As long as he can get past swearing.
Yeah, as long as we get over the swearing part.
He
Yeah.
can't. He can't. He can't.
Yeah, see, that's
Well,
He
shit.
says,
that would be my grandparents' part.
in his opinion, men cursing in front of women is a contributing factor to the downfall of society.
Well, I hope he knows women can vote too. But
I
anyways.
love my grandpa dearly. I love him dearly. He's an incredible
Just so you know,
man.
Grandpa, women can drive, women can vote, and own their own credit cards.
I love him dearly, but he is the most old-fashioned motherfucker on the face of the planet. He would never. He would be so scandalized. He'd be
Oh
like,
my
you,
God.
I don't want you going over there anymore.
That's amazing.
Jeez. I know old people like that though. They're always
Yeah.
so sweet, but so old.
Yeah. So we need to do like a grandpa safe episode.
We need to
I
do
mean,
an
we've done it
episode.
before. We did the episode with Pete where we didn't curse. Okay, I didn't curse. You though.
Okay,
Deej.
this is the only way this is gonna work. This is the only
Don't
fucking
look
way.
at me, motherfucker.
This is the only way this is gonna work. Is somebody with a quick hand has to work that board with the bleed button.
No, I would have to
can't do
edit it.
Or we
I would have to edit it.
Yeah, we have to just edit it in post.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
was
that's going to be a lot of work.
I can't do it because it's going to be me.
Now we can attempt to do the episode for your grandpa, and maybe it won't be so hard to edit.
Yeah, because we'll just have to bleep a few times.
I can go a whole episode without cursing. It's not that hard.
Well, yeah, that's you. We're talking about me here.
And
I
back.
can't do.
Don't fucking leave me out. Show me some fucking respect.
These two are going to be a problem.
Jeez.
It also depends what we're talking about.
Yeah, if,
But
you know what?
most of history is full of commies.
And the banter is gonna.
Yeah.
Fuck!
You know what? If it's before the 1800s when
Then it's the redcoats.
that cock-sucking Karl Marx existed, I'll be fine.
But then it's the redcoats.
I can deal.
And the French.
That's you again.
That's the thing.
I could go without cursing still.
It's the
Okay.
French.
Me and Aaron will do an episode
I got
by
this.
ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah, I have really, really Christian parents, dude. I have to
Yeah.
spend my time with them. Yeah, how much I'm
mine
going to curse in
too.
front of those people?
Oh, mine too. They're just not here, so
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't even know if my parents have my address.
I don't think I've
Anyways.
ever been in a situation where I haven't been able to not swear.
Yeah, that's why you never met my folks.
Never.
That's why you've never been in front of my parents.
yeah. No, that was me
These
growing
two
up.
can meet them. They'll be fine. You, on the other hand, the only think you're a devil worshiper. You gotta fucking
So
forgot about
my-
that.
My grandma
Oh, shit.
loves Melina, loves her
Okay.
like her own granddaughter.
Sure.
She loves her.
She's lovable.
But like
Ironically, with Melina, so
After
there's a
we-
big butt coming.
after we went on vacation with her for the first time,
Oh boy.
my grandma goes, "Oh, Melina, she's so sweet. She's such a good person. She's so kind. She's got such a good, but the mouth on that girl."
Oh, Melina.
I don't know why, but I really thought Brady was about to say the mouth on that bitch.
My grandma.
Honestly, though.
I was getting ready for something ironic.
It's true, though. She does,
Yeah.
Oh my
like a
god.
sailor. Like a
I just
sailor.
want me to get her on here.
It's not even the swearing, it's just what she walks in talking about.
Oh, dude, because she'll
That-
start a conversation in the middle of it.
Oh, 100%.
With
She'll
herself.
just enter the door and just.
She will enter a
wonderful.
room and be like, "Whale dicks" or whatever.
That's the example I always use because it happened to us. She walked in at the alley once, like, "Did you know a whale's dick is 10 feet long?"
Okay.
We're talking about the Wall Street Journal. Read the room.
Yeah, that's
That's
Melina.
Melina.
That's Melina.
I love her.
Love her.
I love her
Really
to death.
do.
We
Love
love
her.
her so much. We love you, Melina.
One of the finest people I've ever met.
Yes, she's a top-notch, top-tier person. 10 out of 10.
Yep, top tier trollop.
Top-tier trollop.
She didn't even turn from the doorway yet. She was still. Anybody could have been at that table. She just wailed, and then she saw it was her friends.
You're never going to be bored hanging out with her.
No, never
I'll
once.
tell you that.
Never once.
No,
No, until she like randomly falls asleep.
that's true.
Because that bitch be tired.
Yeah. She
All
do
right.
be sleepy.
She do be EP. All right. So we're going to wrap this up.
We segued.
Yeah,
Yep,
I don't
real
even-
hard.
I don't even know where this came
All right.
from.
So we're good. We're done.
That's it. That's Casanova story.
All right, cool. Hell yeah. If you made it this far in the episode, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. As per usual, give us a like and share. We do appreciate it. Vote, rate us on your social media or on your listening services too. We haven't been rated in a while, so that'd be pretty tight. If you can give us a good rating, we would appreciate it.
1 rate equals 1
One
venereal
prayer.
disease.
Oh, jeez. No. All right. So also, we're going to be doing
one
this pigeon
smallpox
thing.
inoculation.
Oh, jeez. We're going to be doing the pigeon thing soon. So come up with a name for our pigeon. We're going to be doing a merch giveaway for that. I didn't mention this earlier, but if whatever name gets voted to win, if you're the one who came up with that name, you're going to be getting a free shirt with the pigeon.
Submit your names on our social media. I'm going to make a post asking for names. And then the top names, we're going to do a poll.
Yep, we're going to do a poll.
So.
And the number one name, if you are the person who came up with the concept,
Yep.
you're going to get a free shirt.
Hell yeah.
So we're making new merch for that. It's going to be pretty tight. So as always, we appreciate your support. We hope you have a good day and y'all be cool.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.